Okay, trading tip of the week. So, if you really trade short term, then you probably do not need that much in the way of fundamental knowledge. However, I would say that if you trade only a couple of times a day, a week, or a month, you're active in the markets, then fundamentals become really important because they determine the trend and volatility. Now, the fundamentals for some are enough, to make their trading decisions. But of course, if you understand technical analysis as well, it really sort of helps you to identify and pinpoint those entries and exits more accurately, and also where to place your stop loss. It just helps you with your timing. And of course, if you include risk management, trading techniques, and you've got a robust trading plan, along with managing those trading emotions, then you're well on your way to becoming a trader, or hopefully a better trader. We provide lots of courses to help you improve or to actually get there. Whatever level you're at, we've got something for you, trust me. Okay, so now we're going to look at the technical analysis. Again, just a reminder of the chart legend in case you're new to these. So black numbers are just support and resistance, so they're trend lines, but the numbers are in the right hand axis for you. The brown numbers I've sort of identified as breakout levels. Just be careful you don't get confused with them on the pivot points though. And the claret numbers are just horizontal levels I've identified, maybe from double or triple tops or bottoms. And then, of course, you've got the Fibonacci colours on the right-hand side, just to highlight them for you as well. Okay, so as I mentioned, stock started sort of a bit weaker, and then they failed to maintain that 5-week rally. So, they'd been doing really, really well. They recovered so much since sort of the end of June, early mid to end of June. But of course, now we're seeing that sort of just taking a breather for the moment. Investors this week are probably going to look to see what comes out of Jackson Hole, so that's going to move us pretty much into next week by the time that is spread out, of course. So that 5-week rally is over for the moment. Now with the Dow, as you can see, I've got a trend line in there, downtrend at 34018. And the support lines at 32,670. Based on the daily, on the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 33,712 and support at 33,601. And of course, you tend to see pretty much the same picture on all of the indices, but I'll go through them one at a time for you. So the S&P again is quite similar. There I've got the resistance on the daily at 4,322. Second resistance level at 4,291 with that downtrend line in there, and support at 4,145. This is on the 30-minute. So on the 30-minute, so here we can see the resistance is the 4239 and the support is 4218. I've left the pivot points off this week because I don't need to get confused by having too many lines in there. But the pivot points are so useful, but you need to be looking at the ones on the current day rather than what's happened. So they give you a little bit of insight, but just you can get them. Maybe your software provides that for you, your charting package, or if not, you can just go to www.pivotpointcalculator.com and just put in yesterday's high, low, open, close. It will calculate them all for you anyway. So yeah, pivot points are great. I mean, some of our traders use them. They really enjoy using them and find them very useful. Okay, so on to Nasdaq. We've still got that sort of higher that hasn't got very near to recently, that 14,285 level. It did just pop through sort of the earlier resistance, which was just over 13,500, but it sort of struggled to stay up there now. So I've got a second resistance level in there on that trend line at 13,728, and the support is a little bit lower at 13,166. With the Nasdaq, just sort of managed to get on some support and resistance on there. So the resistance is obviously lower, so that's 13,287 with support at 13,224. So, I'm sure it's going to break out of one side or the other of that this week. Moving on to the Russell, just remember the Russell is the small to medium cap stocks. And funnily enough, daily Friday low resistance sort of came into play all the way from Monday. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I'll just talk about that one for the moment. So what we've got there is we've got resistance at 2039 and support at 1951. Sorry, I went past that one a little bit too quick for you guys. Okay, so on to the 30-minute. Which, if you're intraday trading, that does have that little bit more value anyway. And we've got resistance at 1962, support at 1952. So again, I don't expect those to hold for very long as we start the week. Now, moving on to the pound. As I mentioned earlier, and I did mention last week, I couldn't understand why cable was above 120. I really couldn't. And here we are back into the 118s again. So daily resistance now I've got at 122.33 and support at 115.53. So I know that's a bit wide, but the 30-minute ones will tighten that. And here they are. So on here now I've got resistance on the 30-minute at 119.33 and support at 117.91. And following on from that is obviously with the euro, sort of just following the same sort of thing, partly because of power, partly because of dollar strength and that as well. Fundamentally, there are many positives to come out of Europe at the moment. So I can see a resistance on the downtrend line now at 103.35, support at 100.46, and then again, are these good levels with what's going on with the war, with Russia, with power, and those massive increases in prices? Our government's going to be prepared to subsidise these extortionate power costs that consumers are having to pay, they're forced to pay. It's going to put so many families into energy poverty. It's a real shame. And as I was saying, so with the 30-minute on the euro, we've got resistance now at 101.14, and that support is pretty much the same level at 100.49. If the gas does get shut off, power prices pop again. This is my personal view, but I can see those support lines getting broken. But I've been bullish of the dollar for over 2 years, so don't listen to me too much for the moment. Now, as we move on to Bitcoin, Bitcoin, as I mentioned, did have a good start to the week, and it actually managed to break 25k. Unfortunately, it just couldn't hold that. Some little bit of selling came in, a little bit of negative news came in, and by Friday and over the weekend, it's been trading back in the 21s. So the daily resistance for the breakout that I've got there, because it'll go up and then fill the gap if it does manage to have a massive rally, but it's got to get through 27,350 for that. Before that, it's got resistance at 25,529, and it's got support at 19,877. With the 30-minute, we've got resistance at 21,485 on that downtrend, and some previous support coming in from far on the left there at 20,705. Okay, so as you know by now, I like to put the Bitcoin Nasdaq correlation into the charts, and as you can see, they're still following each other. You know, they do tend to sort of diverge a little bit from time to time, maybe over hours or a day or two, but they sort of generally play catch up by the end of the week. So for the gold daily, here, you know, gold was under pressure all week. It's dropped from over $1,800 and finished almost on the lows, back down at 1750. So I've got resistance at 1791, support at 1711. And you know, I like to buy gold, but I'm going to be a little bit cautious. I'm long call options, but from lower down, and I sold to hedge myself. So I'm in a really great position with that at the moment. When we look at the 30 minutes here, the resistance is 1780, and I've also got 1772. I've sort of got support at 1750, but I'm not sure that's going to hold. Just sentiment at the moment, but you know, it may be a slow start to the week, and maybe we will start to see a little bit more interest coming in to support it. Okay, so finally we're going to move on to WTI. So this is the daily. The oil was having a good sell-off, and then midweek it sort of, after those oil inventories were lower than expected, and of course this potential power reduction again next week, and just overall expectations, we have seen oil basically close where it started the week. So at the moment, I've got a resistance point at 95.13, supports at 86.17, and then we move on finally the 30-minute here. I've managed to get sort of a downtrend there, very slight one of course, at 91.70 for resistance, and an uptrend line there which gives me support at 88.38. So you know, that's it for the analysis, and also for the sort of the macro outlook that I like to give. Now, again, just a little bit about our services, because we can really help you guys. You know, this is why we do it, but we want to help you even more. So we do our daily newsletter, which, you know, you get a free trial of. We'll give you at least a couple of months on that. And of course, in there, you get those fresh daily chart levels and pivot point levels each day. Not only that, I add all the global news in there, and I add my views into there as well. You know, sometimes it's about products, you know, certain contracts like gold or oil or currencies or whatever, or stocks. Other times it's just sort of my view on, sort of a tighter view on the macro. We do one-day workshops on loads and loads of different topics to help you. Courses, 1 week courses, you know, if you're not into trading yet, or you're just getting into it, or you really want to improve, we'll take you from zero to hero in just that 1 week. We will really build up fundamental knowledge in the mornings and help you with your trading techniques and understanding of trading the markets and improving those trading skills for you in the afternoons. And then, of course, our master classes, you know, our flagship, you know, that long course, but those weeks can be broken up. You don't have to take them all in one go. And of course, by the end of that, you have a massively deep understanding of all the fundamentals that drive the markets, along with technical analysis, risk management, trading techniques, trading strategies, which is different. And we do it across all the different asset classes as well. We cover all asset classes, all the financials, all the commodities. And of course, we add crypto digital assets into that as well. you can either go to the calendar, or if you contact us, I will tell you what classes are coming up and when they are. Our next masterclass actually starts on the 5th of September. That's an accredited course as well. So if you fancy putting a diploma on your wall, that would be great for you. Now, other services we provide is just trader mentoring. Just helping people to hone certain aspects of their trading. We do lots of consulting to exchanges, brokers, provide educational content to them as well. And of course, if you want to contact us with any questions, or whether you'd like to find out more about our services, then it's info@symaxfintech.com. If you've got any questions that you would like to send directly to me, then that's chris.tubby@symax-int.com. Thanks for listening. Have a fantastic week and hope to see you again next Monday. Bye for now.